Hi there, it's Saturday, doing my intuition video today as opposed to yesterday. Yesterday was pretty crazy, so I'm doing it on Saturday. But what I wanted to talk about today, of course, is always following my intuition, but what I'm doing for the next 30 days with my Artist Way group, I did put it in the text here of the Facebook page in this video, but here's the thing that I'm really loving, because it was a really intuitive idea. I meet with this group about once a month, sometimes sooner than that, maybe twice a month if we all have time, and we are very tight. A lot of times we're in sync with each other. We're all very creative, but different kinds of creative. And one thing that we talked a lot about in the beginning was just like our intuition, and how this week, how much our intuition is nudging us, but how we doubt it and we get roadblocks put in our way of the intuition, and how that actually keeps us from living in the life of truth and how we want to live. And so what we decided to do is that we would do a 30-day manifestation month, where we would pick something that we really wanted to have happen by the end of the month, and that we can't make it happen. We have to allow it to happen, which is very different. And that's very much what the intuition does, is it allows things to happen. Although in that process, we do have to listen to our intuition. So I posted on this that when we're feeling anger, resentment, fear, that's a sure sign. Those are emotions that tell us like we're off track, we're not listening, we're not on the track of our intuition. Is always trying to nudge us towards our well-being and towards a life of truth for us. We are the only ones that know what that is for ourselves. Nobody else can tell us that. That's our own guidance system. And when we start feeling hopeful, or we get energized and we feel joyful, those are the feelings that are telling us that either A, we're in our right path on intuition, or that we're getting closer to that. And I don't believe we ever all 100% stay there. I do think we waver back and forth, and that as we get better at identifying our feelings and which direction to go and how to release the roadblocks that keep us from going forward into living a life of well-being, then it gets easier. At first it can be kind of challenging. So anyways, we are going to do a few things specifically to help us stay focused for the 30 days. One thing that I had heard, and I do believe this, and I hear it all the time, is what we think about and focus on is what we attract into our life. So I really try to watch my thinking, and sometimes it can just be a runaway train. I caught it the other day being a runaway train, and I was like, well, whoa, I don't want to be thinking about all this. And I then thought, well, what if I spent more time just thinking about the things that I want in my life, whether that be happiness, whether that be a vacation, whether I know, like when I wanted to move to San Diego, every single night before I went to bed for almost a year before I moved here, I actually put the waves on I had a CD player, because that's what we had then. I put the waves on and I listened to the ocean waves before I went to sleep every single night. And I would talk about it as if I did want to come here. I had no idea how I was going to get here. I didn't have a plan, but I allowed the plan to unfold. And part of it was following intuition. Some things just kind of got removed out of my life too. So I'm going to try this with this group. So we're going to do that nighttime meditation. If there's something specifically that I want, I haven't actually told my group what I'm doing yet, so I'm not going to tell you guys yet, but you guys will hear as the month goes on. And every morning a meditation or thinking about what it is I want to have happen at the end of this 30 days. And then also thinking for my buddies that I'm in my group with about what they want. So the power of other people actually thinking about what you want in your dreams, or what you want. And it can be a big thing, it can be a small thing. It's kind of like our test to okay, do our thoughts really produce this? And it's funny because one of the girls already had stuff showing up, that little things showing up that were made her aware of it. And I think it also gives us an opportunity to pay attention to our thinking, pay attention to our feelings, which is where our intuition is leading us, and also to stop the runaway train thoughts. A lot of times our feelings are also driven by those runaway thoughts. Like right now, the news can cause me to go on a runaway train. So part of my 30 days this week is going to be really cutting back, if not watching any of the news, and just doing things that really are going to help to focus my thinking in the direction of what I want. Now, when I was a little kid, I used to be able to manifest animals really easily. I remember saying, like, I really wanted a dog, I really wanted a puppy, I really wanted this, and like, I am not kidding you, one day my mom came home with a puppy that had run into her classroom, flopped itself under her chair, and she brought it home. It was like one of the best dogs we ever had, and it wasn't so, and I have numbers of stories like this, and so it's just this month we're going to try that with my group. So you'll be hearing me talk about that a lot in the next 3 or 4 weeks of how that's going for me. I will tell you on Friday what it is that the avenue I'm going on to manifest, but I also realize that in this 30 days of doing this, I also have to pay really close attention to my intuition, because sometimes if I want something, I will start heading down a direction that I think is going to get me to the end result, but it's not. And I won't hear and listen to my intuition that's telling me to go back a different way. So the trick in that is like doing the footwork, but also paying attention to my feelings. So if I start getting resistant, start getting frustrated, start getting aggravated, then I have to step back and really start listening to what direction I was going in. Because when we allow things to happen in our life, they usually don't come to us in a way that we ever imagined that they would come. And so being open to that is also really important. So I have something new kind of to do for this month that'll be interesting. I'll be talking a lot about that. Hope you guys are good. Hope you have a really good weekend. And I may come back Mondays during this month, because it just might be a good way for me to stay on track and you guys can follow along. And if you have any questions or you want to message me about what I'm doing, you are welcome to do so. And I hope you have a good weekend. Bye.